I'm about to spill the tea on why you guys are not losing weight. Make sure to...
Hey bestie, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bestie, I'm on my way to 10,000 subscribers. Kindly subscribe and also share the video. So in today's video, we'll be talking, it's a heart-to-heart conversation about something which a lot of us women were struggling with. The struggle of not losing weight, even when you feel like you're doing everything right. It's frustrating, confusing, and sometimes it makes you want to give up altogether. So I've put the stages together so that you watch. I'll be back to share my true sense.
I'm about to spill the tea on why you guys are not losing weight. Make sure to save this video and send this to a friend because I'm sure some of y'all are still doing this. Exercise is simply overrated, and I know it sounds silly coming from me that goes to the gym all the time. However, if you are trying to strictly just lose weight, I swear you do not even need to step foot in the gym. Focus on the foods that you are eating. It's not about how much you're working out, it's about how much you're eating. It's all about the nutrition. So focus on the foods you're eating and make sure that they are high in protein and high in fiber. Another thing is stress, and I know it's so annoying because there's so many things going on in our lives that is making us stressed out, but stress is actually making you fat. Cortisol, which is a stress hormone in your body, actually encourages you to store fat, especially in your midsection. Try not to be stressed. There's so much things going on in our lives and it's hard to actually not be stressed, but I'm just letting you know this is another factor as to why you are not losing that weight, baby. Okay, so I have to say this one very, very loud and clear. Your friends are actually keeping you fat, so you need to send this to them and tell them they need to stop inviting you out. As when we are with our friends, we're often going to be eating junk food. Like, we're not going to meet up and eat fruits or healthy foods. We're going to be eating junk food, or you're going to be having a cocktail, some alcohol if you drink alcohol. Guys, this is really, really affecting your weight loss journey. So you need to cut the alcohol out and cut the junk food out, or just stop meeting up with your friends. I'm sorry. Or make it once a month. Stop meeting with them every weekend. So the last one is something I only discovered later on down my gym journey. You're not actually eating enough fat. Guys, you need to make sure you're eating enough healthy fats. It is so essential for hormone production and also aids fat loss. So make sure you're loading up on things like avocado, nuts, cheese. If you start doing this, I swear you'll start to see a difference in your weight loss journey. Make sure to follow me because I'm going to be providing daily tips and tricks on how we can lose this weight and make sure we are prepping our body for summertime.
Here are the top 3 reasons you're likely not dropping body fat. Listen all the way up, sis. Tap all the way in. Let's change these things so you can reach those goals this year. We're halfway through the year. You still got 6 months to make a major transformation. It's very realistic, very doable, and very sustainable. Listen all the way up. Number 1, you are still eating like an asshole. You got to fix that, sis. You know you have goals. You cannot afford to be putting those things in your body. You can't afford it physically or financially to be putting in your body. Switch it up. I'm telling you, those weekends are slowing you down. Stop letting the weekend be your weekend. You're going out, spending hundreds of dollars on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, drinking all the lemon drops, espresso martinis, fresh 75s, and having a 20-piece wing, and then going home, stopping at the burger joint or the taco truck and expecting to drop fat. It's going to take you forever. Lock in. Stop eating like that. Act like you give a Number 2, you are quite frankly lying to yourself. You have to be honest with the things that you put in your mouth. Every single thing that touches your mouth needs to be tracked. And I know it sounds like such a task, but once you get into the habit of tracking your foods, you start putting it in your own face, it's gonna make you realize exactly what you're doing and what you shouldn't be doing. Track everything. Those little nibbles you have at night, those little snacks that your job offers you, that Coke that you slurped on all day. Like, track those things. It makes a world of a difference. It can be easily putting you into a surplus, and because you are not tracking it, you don't know. What you measure is what you manage, and if you're not tracking it, you're likely not managing it. Get it together, sis. Track your consumption. Everything that touches your mouth needs to be tracked, including your water. And number 3, too many processed and refined carbs, starches, and sugars. This is likely spiking your insulin and glucose levels, stopping the fat loss phase. These things slow you down. It takes so long to get to results, and then you feel like it's not happening for you. Instead of taking control and being aware of what spikes your levels, and that way you can literally step into your fat loss zone. But you gotta be accountable about it. You gotta tell yourself the truth, put it in your own face, and make the changes. Start making the changes today so you can be in the fat loss zone this year. There's 6 months left in this year. That's plenty of time to get it right. And if you didn't know, I'm your sister coach, the Fitty Fighters. I lost 100 pounds naturally, and I teach other women like you to do the exact same thing. I own a women's only gym here in Houston, Texas, and I want the absolute best for you. So if you're looking to drop fat this year and the next 6 months, listen up to my top 3 tips and apply them to your life. Let's get it.
Here are 4 very common habits that are keeping you from losing weight. So let's talk about it, because you deserve to lose weight. You worked hard to lose weight. Let's get that weight off. Let's go. Number one, you're still eating processed food. Whether the processed foods are healthy foods or they're junk foods, the fact that you're still eating processed foods is keeping you from losing weight. The reality is there is a big difference between the processed foods and the healthy foods. I'm not even talking calorie in, calorie out. The reality is some of this food is more likely to be absorbed than the other. Take an apple, for instance. When you eat an apple, it is not 100% absorbed. Some of it is insoluble. Some of it goes through your bowel and helps to bulk up your bowel. But when you eat something like a donut or Oreo, 100% of that food enters your bloodstream. So imagine eating foods like these that turn into roughage, that come out the other end, versus eating meals like this that is 100% absorbed in your body. You already started with a losing fight. So set yourself up for success and choose wisely. Nah, you're skipping meals. If I had $1 for every time I had a patient or a client say they're skipping meals, therefore they expect weight loss, I'd be a millionaire. Now I need you to know skipping meals is not the same thing as fasting. Fasting is intentional. Fasting is a program. Fasting is planned ahead. You're not eating for a certain amount of time. You know how you're going to break that fast. You know what time. You are prepared. Skipping meals, on the other hand, you're just rejecting food because you don't feel like it now for whatever reason. But the problem is later you do eat and you overeat. You eat the wrong thing because you're hungry. You haven't eaten all day, so now you're going to stop at the buffet. Okay, that's what skipping meals does to you. You can't even think straight, and now you've consumed more calories than you would have consumed if you just ate 3 square healthy meals. I would rather you eat 3 square healthy meals than fast and eat a bunch of junk later. And if you are going to fast, make sure you're fasting right and breaking that fast with healthy foods. Nah, you don't really know what you're eating because you're not tracking anything. I tell you what, tracking my macros changed my life personally because I was able to see how much I was really putting into my mouth and what it was doing to my body. A lot of times we are overestimating on how much we think we're eating. We're overestimating on the calories that go in, the calories that go out. We don't really know. Take a month, take a week, take a day and track it. Sit down and track everything you put in your mouth and you'd be surprised. Duh. You are perpetually dehydrated. You're not drinking any water. Your body's actually really smart because it's thinking, if I'm not going to get any hydration any other way, maybe I'll trick you into eating something and I'll get some water content that way. That is a game that you do not want to play when you want to lose weight. Your body is going to get that fluid, that hydration by any means necessary. So make sure that you're hydrated before eating another meal. And if you're eating mindlessly around the clock, it could be because you're thirsty. Quench your thirst with a glass of water first. What you think about that? Because I got more.
This may be controversial, but the reason you're not losing weight is because you're lying to yourself. You are not being honest with yourself. When I started seeing a real change in my body is whenever I just had to do a huge reality check and like stop lying to myself. Like people, I read so many comments on all my posts saying like, I barely eat anything and I can't lose weight and I have this problem and all this stuff. How many calories are in the food that you're barely eating? Like, that's what I want to know, is how many calories are in the food that you say that you're barely eating? Like, you are overeating in calories. It doesn't matter if you're barely eating, you're overeating. Stop lying to yourself. You're overeating. There's so many times, and this is so embarrassing. There's so many times where I would literally be like, I'm not going to eat anything at all today. I'm just going to eat these 2 family-sized bags of chips. I'm just going to eat my favorite 2-size family-sized bags of chips for the entire day. Okay. I would say I'm barely going to eat. I'm just going to eat this. This can't be that much. Like I'm not going to gain any weight. I'm barely eating. I'm just eating 2 family-sized fucking bags of chips. Like it's not that much. Like that would be like over 3,000 calories worth of chips that I would eat. But I would tell myself, well, I'm barely eating. Like I'm barely eating. I'm not going to gain any weight. Like, oh, I barely ate yesterday. I probably didn't lose any weight. And then I'd step on the scale and I'd be up a few pounds. Like you guys have to stop lying to yourself. Like that is the problem. Like I don't want to hear any excuses. You cannot say I'm barely eating and I can't lose weight and there's nothing I can do and I have this problem, and you're not counting your calories. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You're lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. If you really want to lose weight, just be honest. Just be honest with yourself.
I'll tell you an important concept right now. If you're not doing that, if all you're doing is diet and exercise, and you're watching these people who are going to the gym, losing weight, shaping their body, and nothing's happening for you, you can't lose weight that way in 3D. It is very common for people who are highly spiritual or who have a connection, okay, to not be able to lose weight that way, in the way of the 3D, which is diet and exercise. I have people tell me, I don't eat anything. You know, I have like this small portion and I don't lose weight. Okay. But if you have the powers and you're not doing energy work, you're just spiritual, okay? What happens is the energy that you channel is what keeps the weight on. Because remember, the body needs energy to function. Pay attention to this. The people who are able to quickly go to the gym in 3 months, shape up, and lose all the weight, they're not spiritual people. Okay, so what happens is the body consumes the fat and the energy. The body just needs energy. So in order to produce energy, it melts the fat off of them. That's how it works. But if you have energy pouring in from here, the body won't melt the fat because it's easier to use this one. You understand? I bet you never heard about this before, but it's true. Do a kind of like...
If you're not losing weight from walking, then you're probably not walking fast enough. A couple things need to happen to lose weight from walking. 1, you need to be in a calorie deficit, and 2, you need to be in a fat burning heart rate zone. Your fat burning heart rate zone is a zone where your body uses a higher percentage of fat for fuel during cardio. Fat burning heart rate zone is 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. So how do you get your maximum heart rate? You subtract 220 from your age. So for example, 220 minus my age, which is 28, is 192. 60% of 192 is 115. 70% of 192 is 134. So 115 to 134 is my average beats per minute that my heart rate should be at to be in my heart rate or in my fat burning heart rate zone. So when I'm walking, I'm making sure that I'm walking at a fast enough pace that my heart rate is in my fat burning heart rate zone. And of course, the longer you walk for, the longer you're in that fat burning heart rate zone. So the more calories you're burning. And the more...
If you feel like you're doing everything right, but you're still not losing fat, this might be why. The first one I feel like is very obvious and talked about a ton, but if you're consuming more energy than your body burns, you will increase in your weight. In order for fat loss to happen, you do need to be in some sort of calorie deficit. This doesn't mean you have to count your calories. This can come in many forms, whether it's adding more daily activity or exercise, or even cutting out your snacks. But let's say you're doing this right and you're not seeing fat loss. Your storage hormone is called insulin. And when insulin is high, your body holds on to that fat. It prevents your body from using that stored fat as energy. And if your insulin is too high for too long from frequent snacking or from eating super high sugary and refined carb things, this can lead to insulin resistance. This means your body is more in a storage mode than a fat burning mode. So even in a calorie deficit, your body doesn't burn as much fat and actually burns more muscle. And lastly, you're not eating enough protein. Why is protein so important? Well, first of all, it boosts your satiety. This means it helps keep you more full. It helps to preserve your muscle, which is extremely important in a calorie deficit. And a bonus, it has a higher thermic effect. This means your body burns more calories digesting protein than...
If you truly are struggling with losing weight, I kid you not, you need to get rid of your big girl habits. This is how I used to look. And I've helped a lot of people lose weight effortlessly because I don't gatekeep, and losing weight is super easy, and it can be easy for you too. If you are tired of counting calories, going to the gym every day and burning yourself out doing cardio, and drinking so much lemon water to the point where you are peeing every 5 seconds, if you are tired of doing all of that, then you need to listen to this. You need to focus on just this one thing and this one thing only. Focus on losing waste instead of weight. When you focus on losing waste, like excess waste that is trapped in your body, losing weight will be so much more easier for you. Now you're probably like, what do you mean waste? I am talking about losing weight on a spiritual level. Because if you are holding on to trauma, people, places, or things that do not serve you, it is going to manifest physically. And so if you can focus on eliminating that waste out of your body, then losing weight will be super easy. And this is what I like to call detox. Once you heal your traumas, get rid of what's no longer serving you, you will notice your weight drastically shifting and shedding. You will notice that your weight will drop drastically. I can't make this up, guys. This happened to me. When I realized that I was holding on to trauma, I changed my life. That is when I truly lost the weight.
I made better health choices. I took care of myself. I stopped eating inflammatory foods, and I truly healed from within. And that is how I truly shedded the weight and lost the weight quickly. I think this is the biggest thing that people tend to forget while losing weight. Don't worry guys, I'm going to post the full in-depth step-by-step on how I did it on my community, so make sure you guys click the link in my bio to pre-register to get full access to all my exclusive content that I can't share on TikTok.
That's a video, bestie. So I'm just here also like to share my reasons why you're not losing weight. So I know you've tried like cutting your portions, skipping the snacks, maybe you're even exercising, and yet the scale is still going up. You might even you might even feel like your body is working against you. But sis, let's take a deep breath about this. So I'm going to just to tell you the truth. Like, your body is not your enemy. Sometimes your body is just surviving. And when your body is in survival mode, whether it's because you're stressed, not sleeping well, skipping meals, or constantly anxious, it holds on. It clings to what it has because it doesn't trust that more is coming. You may not even notice it. Maybe you are constantly overwhelmed. You are moving through your day with a racing mind, barely breathing deeply, always worrying. That emotional chaos sends signals to your body to protect itself. And for most women, that means weight won't come off. The body is not trying to hurt you. It's just doing what it makes its the best. But you can help it feel like it's safe again. Another reason the weight is not coming off, you are focusing too much on the weight. I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out. When your whole day revolves around checking your body, looking in your mirror, feeling guilty for eating something, or punishing yourself with workout, you made your weight the enemy. And when something becomes your enemy, you start to fear it, obsess over it, and feeling like you're losing a war. See, it's your body is not a project, it's your home, and your home needs love, care, and peace, not pressure. When you focus on how you feel instead of how you look, when you chase energy, happiness, confidence instead of numbers, your body actually starts to respond better. It softens up, it trusts you, and when the trust builds, the weight starts to shift. So let's be honest. There's a quiet voice in the back of your mind that whispers. You always be like, that voice says it's too late. The voice says, what's the point? The voice is lying to you. You may have tried 10 times before and didn't work out. But here's the difference. Maybe this time you're not just trying to lose weight. Maybe this time you're trying to heal your relationship with your body, to nourish yourself, to find peace in your plate and in your mirror. That kind of change, it lasts. But first, you have to believe you're worthy. That change is navigable. Not in a loud, fake confidence way, but in the soft, stingy way. I deserve to feel good in my skin. So another thing, sometimes you're doing everything too much, cardio, barely eating, obsessing, checking food labels, and wondering why we feel exhausted. Or sometimes you're doing too little, being on the track during the day and then emotionally eating at night, skipping movement because of guilty, and just saying, I'll start again on Monday. There has to be a middle ground, something gentle, something that feels natural. Ask yourself, does the way I eat bring me peace? Does the way I move my body feel like a punishment or a gift? If your weight loss journey feels like suffering, your body is not going to cooperate. You got to find what works with you, not against you. Another thing is, sis, this is not going to be tough love, but I say it with care. Sometimes you're not losing weight because you're not being fully honest with yourself. Not in a shameful way, but in a truthful way. Are you eating because you're hungry or because you're bored or anxious? Are you really drinking enough water or you're just thinking you am? Are you moving your body constantly or just when you feel like it? You have to do it. This is not about guilty, it's about awareness. You're bringing awareness into your habits. Everything changes because now you're choosing, not just reacting. And when you take your power back in the way your body starts to follow your lead like that. We live in a world where we want everything fast. Fast food, fast weight loss, fast result. But sis, your body does not operate on TikTok speed. It operates on care. So you have to care for your body. Like, you have just to find what really works for you. So first, you have to start with drinking a lot of water, cutting the sugar, eating clean, walking. If you can run. If you can skip a rope, it's okay. You can skip. If you can manage to go to the gym 2 times, 3 times, go to the gym and work out. And workout is not only in the gym, please. Like we've been saying, you can even work out in your house, okay? Or maybe outside your house, the way you want it. If you want to walk. You can walk 10K steps if you can manage, and keep tracking your meals, keep tracking whatever you're doing so that you are updated. Like, you should know that I'm doing this, okay? So that your mind knows. And sometimes we losing weight should start with your mind. Like, you need to be mentally prepared that now you're losing you want to lose weight, and also be disciplined no matter what. I remember one time I was on my weight loss journey, and I went somewhere. I was escorting someone to eat, and actually I went on and ordered something. Okay, so you have to be disciplined. Like, if you know in your weight loss journey, you are not getting anything from outside, you're just cooking your food and everything. All right, so thank you for watching, guys. Bye.